tuned into Quick Charge, the high voltage podcast bringing you the top stories in electric vehicles and sustainable energy daily. And it's all powered by Electrek. Welcome to Quick Charge. It's August 14th, 2024, and I'm your host, Joe Boris. We're going to start today's news with something you already knew. Tesla dominates the charging experience market, and it's not even close, according to a new study by J.D. Power that shows that Tesla is still the dominant electric vehicle charging experience. A new study from J.D. Power confirms that both the Tesla supercharging and destination charging networks sit at the top of the rankings for the best level 2 and DC fast charging network experiences. When it comes to DC fast charge, Tesla lifts the entire average, with the second best network, ChargePoint, sitting more than 100 points behind. That's according to a new J.D. Power study, which uses data from PlugShare. Quote, Tesla's owners remain satisfied with the Tesla supercharger network, as evidenced by a score of 743, down just 2 points from 2023. Non-Tesla owners are not quite as satisfied when using a Tesla supercharger, 706, but that score is 42 points higher than the overall satisfaction with DC fast chargers. The biggest gaps between the satisfaction of Tesla and non-Tesla owners come in ease of payment and ease of charging. Tesla offers its owners a virtually automatic plug-and-pay ability not yet available to non-Tesla owners. Its supercharger network is compatible with Tesla connectors, while current non-Tesla vehicles require the use of an adapter as part of the charging process. However, as noted, the score is down year over year, but 2 points, I don't think it's worth mentioning. Earlier this year, Tesla CEO Elon Musk decided to fire Tesla's entire supercharger team, which was responsible for building this consensus best charging network in the world. What's going to happen to Tesla superchargers and all those other automakers who are rushing to market with NACS equipped vehicles remains to be seen, but for now at least, Tesla still leads the charge. How do you like that for a pun? But while Tesla sets the bar for charging experience, a lot of people would argue that Tesla does not set the bar when it comes to the vehicles it offers. And one of the companies that hopes you'll start to shop elsewhere is Volkswagen. They've recently revealed their $27,000 ID2 was spotted for the first time earlier today. It's small like a Polo, spacious like a Golf. This is obviously Volkswagen's newest mainstream offering, designed to fend off low-cost EVs from Tesla and the Chinese. Volkswagen revealed the ID2 All concept last March to sit below the ID3 with a starting price of 25,000 euros, or about $27,500. The car is based on an updated version of the MEB platform, which underpins the current ID models and both the Ford Explorer and Capri EV for Europe. The ID2 is expected to get up to 279 miles of range on the WLTP scale. For the ID2, Volkswagen pulled design elements from its iconic Golf and Beetle models with a modern twist for the electric era. The design previews Volkswagen's new ID design language. But Volkswagen is not the only big competitor that's coming after Tesla. Polestar just made its first electric SUV in the US and claims it's the best on the market, with Polestar CEO Thomas Ingelath strongly believing the new electric SUV is the best looking, best driving product on the market. Peter Johnson asks, is it really? Polestar is calling its new model the performance SUV for the electric age. The electric SUV fuses its signature Scandinavian design with advanced software and powertrain technology. Starting at $73,400 in the US, the Polestar 3 gets up to 315 miles of EPA estimated range. It can also fast charge from 10 to 80% in 30 minutes, get you back on the road quickly. With up to 517 horsepower and 617 pound-feet of torque, Polestar's electric SUV can hit 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds, loaded with an advanced all-wheel drive electric torque vectoring, active air suspension, and more for a smoother, more confident drive. Now, while the interior does feature a Scandinavian-style minimalist design, it's not completely brutalistically bare in the way that I think a Tesla is. Instead, it's packed with technology, premium features, premium materials. The Polestar 3 includes a 9-inch driver display and a 14.5-inch infotainment system with Google built in. Optional features include a heads-up display and a Bowers & Wilkins sound system with 3D surround sound that will be familiar to anyone who has something similar on their existing Volvo. With the first Polestar 3 models already being delivered in Sweden earlier last month, U.S. buyers will be next to receive their electric SUVs. With that starting price of $73,000, the Polestar 3 is expected to compete with Tesla's best-selling Model Y and the new Porsche Macan. For context, Tesla's Model Y starts at 44,990 with up to 320 miles of range, while the Model Y Performance starts at 51,000 but offers a 0 to 60 that's significantly quicker at 3.5 seconds. Meanwhile, Porsche's new Macan EV starts at 75,000 with more than 300 miles of range expected. The turbo model with 630 horsepower and a 0 to 60 time of 3.1 seconds costs $105,000. Polestar also offers various upgrade packages, including Pilot Pack with LiDAR, Plus Pack, and Pro Pack. We've talked a little bit about Volkswagen and Polestar as far as being the big European challengers to Tesla's EV crown, but the most credible threat continues to come from Hyundai and Kia. And now there's news that Hyundai wants to conquer the US truck market following a teardown of Tesla's Cybertruck. The Cybertruck, obviously the best-selling electric pickup truck in the US last quarter, and Hyundai wants a piece of that action. Hyundai and Kia want to conquer the US market, according to a new report. Hyundai plans to build more than 50,000 extended range electric vehicles per year starting in 2029 in this pickup body. You can see here, Kia has been teasing its first pickup set to be called the Tasman ahead of its debut later this year. The Kia pickup will launch in Korea, Australia, Africa, and Middle Eastern markets in the first half of 2025, and Kia has yet to announce whether or not it will come to the US. This is extremely interesting, especially if you've been following Kia for a long time, because Kia has had a body-on-frame vehicle in the US before. All the way through 2009, Kia was selling this. This is called the Borrego. It's a body-on-frame, full-size, 7-passenger SUV. And at the time, it was believed that this was going to be the vehicle to take the fight to the Ford Expeditions, Chevy Tahoes, Dodge Durangos, even the Toyota Highlander, even though that was still kind of in a nascent phase. This was going to be the one that did it. Now, unfortunately, this came out just in time to become a victim of the global financial crisis in 2007, 8, and 9, and didn't really take off the way Kia wanted it to. As James Bell from Kia was kind enough to explain when he was a guest on our show, back then, Kia was thought of as a used car alternative. So you would buy a Borrego instead of a used Expedition or Tahoe or GMC Yukon or whatever it was. So this was perhaps not the right thing. But the Telluride is out now. The Hyundai Palisade is out now. People are buying big Korean SUVs, and they're buying them as quickly as they hit dealer lots. They're some of the fastest moving vehicles in the market, some of the only vehicles that still are experiencing nationwide dealer markups. So these are very, very popular vehicles. So expecting something like this that is a quote unquote real truck from Kia, I think is something that if you've been paying attention for long enough is to be expected. I don't think there's any reason why they wouldn't bring it to the US. But fun fact, this is not the first Kia pickup that's been shown in the US. The Kia Soulster, this was a concept from 2009. Again, it got lost a little bit in the shuffle of all of that automotive uncertainty that was happening back then. And obviously 15 years ago was a long time. I think that even predates this website, certainly predates this YouTube channel. But this was, again, a Kia Soul-based pickup truck. This was a concept, never went into production, but would have been a ton of fun if it had. Again, if not for the global financial crisis, I think you'd still see a ton of these out on the road. Super fun, super interesting, but admittedly a little bit offbeat. And if you thought that was weird, this is way weirder. BurgerBots, Serve Robotics and Uber Eats to roll out autonomous robot deliveries for Shake Shack. This is great stuff. A great article by Scooter Doll showing an adorable little cooler on wheels driving around LA delivering Shake Shack products. The transaction includes the deployment of up to 2,000 autonomous sidewalk robots that live to answer Serve's existential question, why deliver 2-pound burritos in 2-ton cars? Now, frankly, 2-pound burrito sounds like an appetizer to me, but that's why I'm sitting here in my basement all day long recording these for you guys. Expanding on its 2022 partnership with Uber Eats, Serve Robotics has signed an additional deal with the fast-growing food chain Shake Shack to offer select customers robot deliveries beginning in Los Angeles. I don't know about you guys, but if I saw one of these rolling down my street, I would absolutely kidnap it. That thing is adorable. I'm going to name it and keep it. Now, we're coming to the end of today's show. You know, I like to sign off with conversations about energy, conversations about utilities, conversations about sustainability, and today is no different. We're going to talk about the world's largest single-capacity floating wind turbine, and it has 2 giant rotors doing the spinning. Mingyang Smart Energy's huge 16.6 megawatt Ocean X with its double turbine V design floating wind platform is, according to Michelle Lewis, a game changer. The Ocean X was made for use in deep water more than 115 feet, was designed by Mingyang Smart Energy, and built by the Wangpu Wengchang Shipbuilding Company and China State Shipbuilding Corporation. Try saying that 5 times fast. It features two MYSE 8.3 180 hybrid drive wind turbines with blade diameters of 180 meters and a capacity of 8.3 megawatts each. It's capable of producing 54 million kilowatt hours annually, which is enough to power 30,000 Chinese households, probably 7 or 8 American households too. It's also durable enough to withstand winds of up to 160 miles an hour and keeps producing electricity the entire time. That's great stuff. You whack this thing with a hurricane, it's just going to produce more juice. You got to love that. Ocean X's 15,000 ton floating platform is built with, quote, ultra high performance concrete and has a cable stayed system. Its single point mooring allows it to ride waves as high as 98 feet. Riding that wave will give you a gold medal in any Olympics, not just the one we just had, even though that is technically the only one that you could have won a gold medal for surfing. That's all we got for today, August 14th. If you liked what you heard, be sure to like and subscribe. If you didn't like what you heard, man, we're just spitting facts today. I don't know what to tell you. You don't like reality.